What is up, everybody? Welcome to Cult of Collectors, as always, with John from Low IQ Media, as well as Jody from Stills Racing 4Ks, and special guest AJ from the House of Masks.
What's up?
How's it going?
How's it going?
Thanks for joining us tonight.
No,
Yeah,
thanks
man.
for having me.
Yeah, I came across your channel like 3 years ago, actually, and it was a video where you talked about I think your cane mask, or at least one of them. I don't know how many you have exactly, but the guy on Instagram, you had promoted his name in the description, Dead Under Masks, but he calls himself the Doll Maker.
Yep.
And that's how I discovered him and had him on my channel when I first started out, and yeah, so that's how I know him, because of you.
Yeah, a good dude. He's a really, really nice kid.
Oh yeah, he is. He's really cool. He was fun to chat with, actually, too.
Good, good.
Oh yeah. So how many masks in total do you have?
You know, I have no idea. And if I had to guess, I'm going to guess probably between 3,500 and 4,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
And now is it mainly music masks?
That's my big main shtick is like, I've always just been into theatrical music. So, yeah, that's like my pride and joy, but I definitely have like a super hardcore horror collection, and
Okay.
like I have a decent cane collection, and there's other little sub collections, I guess, just vintage masks and whatnot. But yeah, the music is the big deal stuff.
Now, from say horror movies and stuff, what are I guess you could say the nostalgia type of masks that you have from say maybe Leatherface or so on?
Definitely Myers is my big deal.
Okay.
Like I was telling John before we went live, Slipknot and Myers are like the reason that I'm into this stuff, and it's because of like nostalgia-based memories. So Myers has always definitely had my heart, and that's my biggest horror setup. He's my guy.
Nice. And as far as we're talking horror, Jody, go ahead and let the people know what we're doing tonight.
Yes. Tonight, if you want in on the giveaway, simply just throw up a comment. A question would be awesome. We can all have a conversation about. But if you just want in, just say I want in. But tonight we're giving away the 4K. If I get the light off of it, there we go. Children of the Corn 4K from Arrow Video.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, just comment and let us know if you want to be entered.
I want to be entered.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was about to say, yeah, do you, besides masks being an ultimate, thing for you, do you collect anything else? Like us, it's physical media, movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely have a load of collections. Like, I think that I collect collections at this point.
Okay.
So it's everything from cars, like
okay,
I probably have 8 vehicles at this point, to Goosebumps stuff. I love Goosebumps. I got a huge Goosebumps collection right here to my left, and then above that is all like Attitude Era WWF stuff. So huge Stone Cold and Kane collections. Monster trucks. I really like classic monster trucks like Bigfoot.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And then like physical media, I'm really into magazines. So old metal magazines that I can find, like what I was reading when I was a kid before the internet was what it was now, is like really special to me. So tons of collections.
I was about to say, yeah, me and John have something in common. We're both, wrestling fans. And I, of course, grew up with the Attitude Era more than so now, kind of, with the wrestlers that are out today. Yeah. And I prefer the classic wrestlers over today's newer wrestlers, honestly.
There was just never another time like the Attitude Era.
I agree.
Yeah, the AEW's been doing a pretty good job. I haven't watched them in the last couple months as much, but they're a pretty good organization as far as the problem I had with a lot of the newer, like especially WWE, is like I just don't think the wrestling is as good as it used to be. That's what I like about AEW. It's kind of you still have a lot of the new stuff that they do, but I feel like the wrestling's a little more solid.
I mean, it's
You know,
better than what WCW was able to do. If anything, it's a little bit more professional than WCW was for its production value and stuff like that, and giving the people their actual good promoted work that they put into. Because and correct me if I'm wrong, John, because maybe you could tell me this, or AJ. I heard that Bray Wyatt is with AEW, but is coming back as a different character now.
I haven't really heard anything about it myself, but it's quite possible. Yeah.
Because I've been seeing like promo stuff for him lately, and I was just curious.
I guess that makes sense then, because I did see something that looked like him, but it wasn't his typical outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
No,
yeah, because it mentioned Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman, but not as Braun Strowman, as Titan.
Yeah.
No.
What is that?
Peyton, I've visited AJ, so I know that he's Ohio based, but are you guys Ohio based as well? No, we're
I'm
spread
California.
all over. I'm Kentucky.
I'm in Tennessee.
Yeah.
We really are all over the place, though.
We're all
we
over.
Yeah.
We're all over.
Yeah.
So AJ, what got you into the hobby of collecting masks?
Very specifically, when I was 5, so we're talking like 99.
Okay.
My grandmother owned a hair salon, and they had magazines delivered there.
Okay.
And Rolling Stone was like my favorite, because for whatever reason I was like really into Limp Bizkit and stuff like that, and they always covered that stuff. And I remember she got this new issue in or whatever, and I was flipping through it, and I saw a picture of Slipknot during their first record cycle, so everything's like pretty handmade.
Was that during the time when Limp Bizkit called Slipknot fat, ugly kids or something like that?
Yeah. Yep. That is the exact time period. So I saw these dudes. It was just crazy, and I was doing it, and I tried to read the article, and didn't really understand anything they were talking about in the article, but I asked my mom if I could watch a music video, and she was like, yeah, let me watch it first just in case. So she said I could watch and I was on Yahoo Launch. Like, that's how old this was, watching this video. Everything from the name of the band to like the way that the video was shot and the music that they were playing is just like, even as a child, I just like watching that. I was like, something in my life has just changed. Like, this is going to be a big deal. I didn't know how it was going to affect me, but later that night, I ended up calling my dad's buddy. I have no idea why. I thought that he would have a mask, but I called him and asked him if he had one, and he's like, yeah, I think my parents have like a gas mask in their attic or something. I'll see if I can find it. He brings it over, and it's the same exact mask that the DJ was wearing like in that music video. And I was like,
oh, nice.
Like, yeah, these are obtainable. Like, so ever since then, it's just been a hunt. And yeah, man, I don't know.
Huh. Okay. I mean, I know for each of us, it's different on when we started collecting physical media. Some of us have started from the VHS days or to DVD or just even now in general. And me personally, with my collecting on physical media, like I always collected movies, but then there was a couple of times in my life where I became homeless and kind of had to lose them, which really sucked. So luckily I'm not in that boat anymore, and I've been able to recollect and refurbish whatever I had and then upgrade.
Yeah.
So that's always fun to recapture what you lost.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thrill of the hunt is what collecting's about for me. Like, I have stuff that I never could have dreamed that I would ever have. Mm-hmm. And I still just sometimes miss like not having it to look for it every day or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, there's just something fun about like, any day now, this certain thing could turn up or something like that. So,
mm-hmm. Yeah, you should see some of the stuff that Jody has in his collection.
All of these collections are crazy, but
yeah, he's got a pretty good collection. You should also meet Hector the Collector. He's got a really massive collection. He's really into DC and Marvel, and he's a big supporter of Zack Snyder's Justice League and stuff, and so he's been getting those like statue type of action figures that come out, like Steppenwolf or Batman himself. It's a really cool collection he's got.
Yeah, I love that. Like any type of collection, if it's like presented well and you can tell that the person's like stoked about it, I love that. Like I'll watch a 30-minute video about like a weird like bottle cap collection and just be like, yeah,
Hell yeah, bottle cap.
yeah.
I gotta watch out watching stuff like that. I'll start watching stuff and be like, you know what? I bet I could find some of those.
You know, I think I've always
yeah, bottle caps. Okay. I do have a wall, I think. I got a wall, I can do that.
Yeah, you start making art. I'm gonna do a portrait out of 1,600 bottle caps.
Yeah. Turn it into a face of a ghoulie.
Yeah, I remember when that first Slipknot album dropped. That was
Oh yeah.
that was interesting. That was a buddy of mine brought it to me. Me and him were actually in a band together at the time, and he was like, "You just got to listen to this." And I just
I
saw
was
the
a
cover.
sophomore.
I just saw the cover of the CD at the time. I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like-
you pop it in just from the first track. You're like, "How many people is this? What's going
Yeah.
on?"
There's just something and people can say whatever they want about them now. It's like obviously all bands get old or whatever, but man, that they literally punched their way through
Yeah.
the six.
Yeah.
And like I said, being a 5-year-old and watching and hearing this and still knowing that you've never seen anything that aggressive or whatever, like something special for sure.
Yeah.
So next to Slipknot, would you say that your second biggest band to collect mask wise is Gwar?
Yeah, so collecting wise, Gwar may be tied with my Slipknot stuff, but I will say that Gwar is my favorite band for sure. And I'd say that the Gwar collection, even though it is not as massive as the Slipknot stuff, is definitely like far more special because almost everything in the Gwar collection is stage used. So,
Really?
yeah.
That's cool.
Through my channel, I've been able to form a relationship with some of those guys, and it's definitely blossomed into something special. So
I was about to say, I've noticed, through your past like posts and videos through like Instagram, even on your YouTube, because sometimes you'll share it from your Instagram to your YouTube, is your chat with Sid Wilson.
yeah. I randomly one night came home and was just bored and trying to kill some time, and I went live on Instagram, and Sid was in there, and he was like, "Let me join the live," and I was like, "Sid wants to join my live? Like this? Am I?"
I met Sid a long time ago during the Monster Mayhem Festival. It was when he broke his ankles, and he was sitting, of course, in a wheelchair, and he was signing autographs and stuff. And that was the only way I got to meet him. No talking, but it was still a cool experience.
He's a super, super good dude. And it's funny because, like, I interact with a couple of Slipknot members somewhat regularly, and I always say Sid is, like, my big brother in the band because when he reaches out, it's normally to tell me how I'm fucking up. Can I cuss?
Yeah, you're fine. We're not even monetized.
Yeah, sorry. He tells me how I'm messing up, and he gives me advice, and I appreciate it. So when he wanted to join that live, I was like, what did I do wrong now?
Like, who else do you, I guess, like, talk with in a sense through your IG of Slipknot members?
Used to be Corey quite often.
Oh, okay.
When he was the one that ran his, he was a super, super nice guy to me, and like he helped me get a following back when I got hacked. My original account got hacked at like almost 50,000, and he went out of his way to like make some posts for me and stuff. And then
That was nice of him.
Yeah, super nice. He eventually stopped using his Instagram, and now some like professional runs it. But Jay Weinberg, the drummer, super good.
Jay seems like he'd be fun to hang out with.
Just the coolest guy ever, and he like gets it because he came into the band being a fan of the band. So like he's on another level of just like customer appreciation, I guess.
What does that say, John?
He's Hank asks, any King Diamond masks?
I don't have any King Diamond masks, but I have painted a couple like King Diamond replicas for people. So I think the only reason I don't have them is because I don't know that they sell actual King Diamond masks, like just a dude with his face painted. So I don't know if, I mean, I'm sure somebody out there makes them, but for stuff like that, I like more like official merch, I guess, branded stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely painted some.
I know that with wrestling masks, I remember I've been to a WCW event once, and it was during his feud with Hulk Hogan, and seeing the masks that they had for Sting just kind of looked hilarious, in my opinion. It was almost like trying to take one of the masks like Joey Jordison, but give it the sad face.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
and no matter how bad those official ones are, it's just like, maybe that's part of the charm, but just like it having a tag on it and having the logos and stuff, it makes me think of being a kid. So,
I don't remember seeing Gold Dust masks.
Man, Gold, such an underrated entity in wrestling. Like, what an actually genius character and like great delivery. I don't know. I love Gold Dust.
Yeah. Did you like his brother as Stardust?
I don't care about that. Really, honestly, I don't really care about like Cody Rhodes stuff either. I just Gold Dust Prime is just so cool to me.
Okay. Do you happen to have like any top favorite wrestlers?
I would say when it comes to wrestling, Kane is definitely my favorite. I love the character itself, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen him in person, but I bumped into him like quite literally in a hallway at a convention. And it was the only person that I've ever like continued. Like I just could not believe the size of that guy.
7 foot, I believe.
Crazy. To see that in person, and I'm not a big dude by any means, so it was even more. But Stone Cold is probably tied with Kane. Just another genius character. I really wish that we would have gotten to see him wrestle longer.
Yeah.
But maybe because we didn't, it forced him to be such a genius character. And I'll tell you who's one of my favorites to watch now is like, he made me watch current wrestling. Danhausen is just super fun to watch. And he gives me like Attitude Era vibes because he's so in tune with this character that it's kind of genius to watch.
I got to admit, Bray Wyatt, his character alone, if he wasn't the Fiend, and I mean, like if you ex-nay the Fiend, basically, his character would have been something you could have seen in the Attitude Era as well as Braun Strowman in them. Yeah. Like they had that old school wrestling vibe to them, in my opinion. And when Braun Strowman went solo, I followed him for a good while because I liked the presence he had with him. Without a mask, he was very dominant looking.
When doing the Firefly stuff, I got super heavy Attitude Era vibes from the intros that they entered, like the cell phone light thing. That is cool and creepy and very, very rad.
Oh yeah, he does a good job. And when I found out he was, the son of the IRS guy, I was like, really? That's his son? That's so weird. Trippy.
Yeah. I will say Kurt Angle too. I think Kurt Angle was like a phenomenal athlete. So like in terms of watching a wrestling match, I love watching Kurt Angle wrestle.
Yeah.
But I'm literally just an Attitude Era kid. So like every pick is just going to come from that era. So
probably me too. If I were to talk about it, it's my favorite time. And don't get me wrong, like as a kid growing up, Hulk Hogan was like my number one go-to wrestler, and a lot of kids too during late 80s, early 90s. And it was understood because he was the hero that everybody wanted. And but then of course he turns bad guy, NWO, stuff like that, and I still liked him, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it went away after a while.
I got some of the tail end of WCW too, so I will say like I loved the NWO stuff. Kevin Nash in particular, I just his power bombs were
funny.
Yeah, they're all. I mean, even like Razor Ramon is just like genius characters, but watching Kevin Nash like power bomb somebody is the coolest thing ever.
Well, I mean, because he's been in movies too. That's what I mean by him being funny, because he's in the movie The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler, that remake, they did with each other. He just cracked me up when they gave him the feminine hormone pill. And he was Super Shredder in the Ninja Turtle movie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, he was Super Shredder. And he was the Angry Russian in The Punisher.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I knew
he's been in quite a bit.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I guess you gotta find down there
when WCW closes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, we got some comments to catch up on, I think.
Yeah, Logan Creaser said, also, how much to take the mid self-titled Ghost Glow off your hands?
I don't want to sell any of mine. However, I have some people that I could recommend. There's a guy that goes under the name of The Blister Exists 666 on Instagram. His name's Christian. Crazy good artist, and he nails those. So that's who I would recommend you to.
Awesome. Josh Santos, he asks, AJ, what's the most expensive mask you own, and what's the price value of that?
The most expensive mask that I own. The one that I paid the most for is probably not the one that I could get the most out of. So I bought a set of Gwar masks. Well, I guess that wouldn't equal out. I bought my first stage use Gwar piece was a mask and a chest plate from the drummer, which I didn't buy it from the drummer. I bought it from another collector, and it was $2,600. So I think that's the most I've ever spent on a piece. But the one that's the most expensive, I don't know. I guess if I were to sell my 90s Jizmac of Gwar, it would be the most expensive. I can't even put a price on it. I can't imagine selling it, but it would be 5,000 plus for sure.
So do you sell masks too? Like, what is it that you do exactly?
That's the weird thing, is trying to explain this to people. I somehow make a living from collecting. So I don't flip anything really. I mean, if I have a double of something and I don't need it, or if I have a friend that's like looking for something, that I'll sell under those circumstances, but normally I don't sell at all.
Okay.
I just collect, and I've kind of turned the House of Masks, which was a physical place, and my collection into a brand.
Like a promotion label.
Yeah. So I've got like a merch store. Like I've got merch, obviously, and a Patreon where people can see like early access to the videos or behind the scenes stuff of a project I'm working on. Like obviously we do like life-size builds, and they'll get to see a score a month before I get it in, or whatever it may be. So selling, not so much. I do paint stuff and finish stuff. But for the most part, it's literally just the YouTube and the brand itself.
Okay. For anybody who's not paying attention down below to our, little, strip, we are doing a giveaway for the 4K of Children of the Corn Arrow release. So if you guys want to be entered, let us know. Say something. Ask a question about the movie if you want, Let us know.
Yeah, being in the position that you're in with what you just described of what you're doing, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find that, just trying to break that mold to be able to do that, because what I do, I love doing it, but I'm not, there's nothing here right now for me to make a living off of yet. But
and everybody, everybody that's commented in the chat so far have been entered in our elimination wheel. So.
Awesome.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Have you ever thought about collecting Mortal Kombat masks?
I have never seen a Mortal Kombat movie, and I have never played a Mortal Kombat game.
Really?
Swear.
That's all right.
Wow.
Don't know how.
Damn.
Seems like something I would love, but it's just never actually crossed my radar.
Well, for live action, there's at least 3 that were theatrical releases. And then, of course, there was a web series that was, I think it was called Legacy. Or no, those were the animation ones, I think. I can't remember at this moment, but there are videos out there of, Mortal Kombat, as well as like TV shows, cartoons. There's a lot of crap out there.
Yeah, I have a friend that owns a screen use piece from one of the movies. I can't remember what. And then my girlfriend is actually like pretty crazy about Mortal Kombat. She rented a movie theater when this last one released, just so her and her friends could go watch it by themselves.
And you didn't watch it with her?
She lives quite a ways away from me, so I was not there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
okay.
Like 8.5 hours apart. So
you might like it. I mean, there's been different variations of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, especially because they've had so many variations of their outfits, masks, and wardrobe.
yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't like it. It's just one of those things that kind of like never actually got in front of me somehow.
Oh, interesting. What does that say, John?
It says, Josh Santos says, AJ, what is the rare Slipknot piece you own?
That's a good question.
I have a clown that is the only one that we know that exists. Like, even the one that Slipknot used rotted into a ball and is nowhere to be found anymore. And mine is in pretty rough shape, which luckily when we got it, we were able to kind of reshape it and save it so it won't rot anymore. But it's the only one. So I would assume that has to be the rarest that I have if it's the only one in the world. So
right.
Would you like to break out some of these? Not so much of that piece, but would you show us a few examples of anything you might want to show us?
I'll take you into the mask room. If I had planned better, I'd done this.
No, Barry's on the spot. Fine.
Yeah, you're good, man.
So behind me, since I can't flip this camera around for some reason, this is all.
Camera's just being mean.
Yeah.
Still there? Okay.
We can see.
Yeah. All the way down. This is all.
Dang, man.
That's
floor.
It's a massive collection.
Yeah.
I've got this set right here. It's my bust set.
That's a cool set. I like that.
I do like that.
It's all like done to match this picture, which is like one of my favorite like Slipknot images ever.
Nice.
So this wraps down into a little, I guess, like memorabilia corner. So a lot of official stuff in there, like a tower of important masks, either things that came from like real mold or like this was the first mask Joey signed when he left the band, and I just thought it was cool because he like still signed with his number, and obviously he's passed away now, so it's even more special.
Rest in peace, Joey.
Yeah, this is a backup Joey that was given to a merch guy for another band during Ozfest in 2001. So it's real. We just don't have any proof that it was ever like worn by Joey yet. Stuff constantly comes out. There's a good chance that we'll see him wearing it someday. But I have some life-size stuff over here. This is the newest. So We Are Not Your Kind Sid, little Joey, Papa from my Ghost fandom days, a Corey bust, another Corey bust.
That is cool.
This side is my Gwar wall.
Yeah, you should. Go ahead and show that off.
Yeah. So this is the piece that I told you would probably be the most expensive. It's the earliest Jizmac that I own, and it was used for like 10 years.
Wow.
Damn.
There's a lot of history with this, and I just think that it's super cool looking. I have this sleazy corner, so like everything down here was Sleazy P. Martini, who's one of my favorite characters of the band. I just think he's hilarious. Most of this was acquired straight from him, so he's like a really good connection. I have 3 Jizmacs. They were all worn one after another. We got decap heads, different Gwar victims. This is a really cool piece because I found it in the wild. Someone purchased this back in the mid 90s, I guess. And it's actually from like 87 to 89.
Oh, wow.
And it was in terrible shape when I got it. It's literally couch foam with latex over it.
Okay.
And if you look at it, it's just like a relic. Like I was able to get it back into shape and salvage it a little bit, but it's just really crazy to look at.
Yeah.
And then the Gwar stuff keeps going.
You know what victim you need? You need Jerry Springer.
Is the big metal teeth? Is that an original piece? Because it seemed like I remember that from a video.
Yeah, this is one of their coolest looking dudes. This is Ballsack, the Jaws of Death. He's their guitarist.
Okay. Yeah.
Real mold. So I had the guys from the band make it for me, like directly out of their molds, and definitely one of my favorite pieces. It was a really select version because typically the versions that you'll see in collectors' collections, like there's probably only 4 of them out there, but they're from later albums. This one's from 2004. So I just really, really like this version, and I waited a long time and paid a lot of money to do it, but they nailed it. And yeah, it was like a dream come true to finally have that.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah, John, they have interesting band names, just so you know.
Yeah. This is all.
Well, I never knew their name. I'm familiar with the band, but not their name so much. But yeah.
So everything on the wood wall is Buckethead related.
Yeah, nice.
I don't have my lights on or anything, so it doesn't look too fancy. But 2 life-size builds based on the 2 versions of him that I saw live. And then just
Buckethead is awesome.
He is I can't imagine or figure out why he is so underappreciated, because he is a collector and like he utilizes his collection in his career. So, like if you're a Buckethead collector, you're automatically like a horror prop collector, a Disney collector, a Michael Jackson collector, a karate collector, a Michael Jordan collector. He just likes all this cool stuff. And people really sleep on him. So
it's funny you say that, because I know John 5, I would say, is very similar to, Buckethead. Not saying that they play the same thing, but if they were to, like, say, collaborate with one another, imagine what they could come up with.
I've always said that. Like, John 5's favorite guitarist must be Buckethead, because they do so many similar things.
Yes, they do. What does that say?
That's the music room. So
yeah.
I can't read the username, but the Gwar collection is off the chain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm using my phone, so I have really shitty eyes, and that's why I can't really read it. So that's why I tell John, "Hey, John, what does that say?"
Never mind Euro.
Okay.
You're all fine. I don't know.
That was random. So when it comes to, like, say, horror movies, do you have favorite iconic horror movie characters?
Yeah, obviously Myers.
Yes.
If we're getting super particular, my all-time favorite portrayal is Dick Warlock in H2, 81.
Okay.
For a million reasons, like he's really average size, and I find that to be rad, because you just see this normal size dude with like this crazy strength. It's also the original mask, which everybody and their mom knows about at this point.
Yeah.
But the way that he wore it, and the fact that it had dirtied up so much between both films, just made it look so sinister. And I feel like when things look evil and they're not trying to look evil, it's just like a different level of spooky. So definitely that Myers in particular. But I will say, James Jude Courtney might be like the saving grace of Michael Myers, because his portrayal in the last 2 films has been fantastic. And I think that they nailed the look for what they were going for with that. You ever seen the movie Tourist Trap?
Um,
That sounds super familiar.
the name sounds familiar, but I'm not entirely sure if I have. I might just know of it.
It's a real weird one, and
Well, I'm sure it is.
It was from 81 as well, I believe, either 79 or 81, because it released the same as a Halloween. But very underrated and very ahead of its time, and just a real spooky movie. So that movie is crazy cool. I would highly recommend checking it out.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the theatrical poster. I have seen this. I have forgotten all about that movie. Oh my god.
Real trippy movie.
Are you a fan of Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Yeah, it's cool. I like it because they're obviously like aliens as clowns or whatever, but when it comes to clowns, I'm kind of standoffish because I feel like it's been done a million times. Killer Clowns was a different type of killer clown, so
if I had the room, I would totally want some like life-size statues of the bastards. I swear to God, that would be awesome.
dude,
I would, because it's one of my favorite like comedy horror movies, so to speak. And there was another movie I wanted to point out. It's another clown movie, but it's actually called Clown. It's a horror movie. Basically, the guy comes across a clown costume and it attaches to him.
Yeah,
and he becomes the clown.
It's an Eli Roth film, I think.
I think so. I think it's an Eli Roth or Blumhouse, something like that. But that was a really good one.
They made him look cool. He didn't look like a killer spooky clown until he had like transitioned into that. At first, he just looked like a dude that couldn't get clown makeup off.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. What is that, John?
I am in a metal band. Says, how many CDs do you have?
Ooh.
Oh, they want to know how many I have?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Dude, yeah. I have no idea, but they're all around. Like literally on my work desk right now. I have Kill 'Em All by Metallica.
Nice.
Just some random stuff. I got some White Zombie.
Nice.
Probably one of my favorite records ever. I've got Faith No More's Greatest Hits.
Nice.
It's just funny that they're asking about CDs, something that's like not relevant anymore, and I literally just have them sit.
I know, because vinyl,
Man.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff, man. I mean, physical media is definitely my thing. Obviously, growing up in the 90s, I was there with cassettes and CDs. And I just love having a booklet. I love the artwork, and
the lyrics come with.
Hardcore like DVD collector or whatever, but when it comes to CDs and cassettes, like if bands still release them, I'll still buy them. So
oh yeah,
I've got it's now a small list, unfortunately, but I have a list of bands. If they put it on an album, I'm going to buy the physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Five Finger Death Punch for me.
Right.
Yeah. Me and the ex drummer of Five Finger Death Punch just recently had a war, like a legal battle. So
Really?
Yeah, me and
Jeremy Spencer. Okay.
I made fun of his new band video, and that video ended up getting more views than all of that band's videos combined. Not happy about it. So.
He didn't take that well. Okay. Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay.
Listen, that I'm talking about, I don't know what he would have expected because it's terrible.
Well, what do you think of their new drummer, Charlie Egan?
Don't know anything about. Oh, you know what I do? I followed that guy before he was involved with them.
Same here.
He was a drum teacher, and yeah, that guy's super skilled. I think he's honestly like he's overqualified for Five Finger. Like as a drummer, he's that good.
Well, they are going to come out with a new album this year, so hopefully we'll get to see more of that skill set he has.
Yeah, we'll see what he brings to the table, I suppose.
Oh yeah, they're re-releasing their first album too, re-recorded.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, with Andy James on the guitar now, and, of course, Charlie being on the drums, and giving it new production value, new sounds that they didn't get to put with it the first time. So it's like, oh, the way we wanted it kind of thing.
That makes sense. As like corny as it is, Kid Rock kind of did that with the history of rock, like a bunch of his like old hip hop stuff.
Really?
He redid a lot of it when he got the money and whatever, and that's like one of my favorite like old records of all time. Like his old hip hop stuff before he got really, really lame is really fun for me.
I remember being in high school when what was the title of that first album that got really popular for him? Yeah, everybody was like, dude, you got to listen to this guy.
With the ball, the bang,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
He said, everybody just kept coming to me like, you got to hear this CD with this rapid midget. You got to come listen to this.
I didn't hear it like that, but
Poor Joe C. Rest in peace.
I know,
Yes.
right? Oh man.
He was fun to watch, though. I'll admit, like whenever Kid Rock came on, I was always looking for the short guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was too. I was worried for old Kid Rock when we lost him. I was like, oh no, what's Kid gonna do? You can't replace him.
I know.
That's you can't
And
do
he
that.
decided to do some hip hop country.
Hey, I guess so.
And the world has never been the same.
Never,
No, it has
never
not.
at all.
Sure do wish.
Oh, we got a comment.
Why don't you like corn?
Corn.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Why don't you like corn?
Yeah, I'm not a Korn fan. So it's not that I hate Korn. Everybody thinks that if I don't like something that they like, that I hate it. Like,
Yeah,
that
that applies to anything.
That's just the climate of the world right now. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you don't like Trump? Well, you must want to have sex with Joe Biden. And it's like, why can't I just not like either of these guys? Like,
I know.
because that's how I feel. I don't like either of them. And it's just a weird thing. I just don't listen to Korn. I just don't enjoy it. It's the literal reason that anybody doesn't like anything. Like, why don't you like coleslaw? Well, it doesn't fucking taste good to me.
Right.
Why don't you like Korn? I just don't enjoy listening to them. That's all it is. I'm sure they're great guys.
I'm a fan. I'll say it. I'm a fan of Korn. Do I like every bit of songs they have? No. I like some more than others. And I think that's like that with almost any artist in general. If you happen to like it, you'll either like it all or you'll just like some of it. And me, I'm very picky when it comes to like, say, hip hop or rap or whatever it may be on that part. But there are songs that I do enjoy. And then there are songs that I just find fucking annoying. And it's nothing against them.
At the time, those first two Korn albums, I was all over them. Like at the time that they came out,
Oh, yeah.
I was all about those two albums. And I can go back and listen to them, and I appreciate them. But anything after, I think Follow the Leader was the third album they put out.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was down with that album. But anything past that, I can't even.
So you didn't like Issues or Unforgettables?
Issues to me was probably the point where I was like, yeah, I just they've lost something. What it was at the time, I don't. It's been so long since Issues came out, but whatever it was at the time, I guess just I had moved on with music past that. But I can happily go back and listen to those first two albums and still like, yeah, that shit's it's still good.
Well, yeah.
I just can't get on board with them anymore. But that's I get it.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of just become a meme on the channel because anytime I go live,
ET phone home.
I keep getting phone calls. I'm gonna try.
Well, we were close to phoning home then, I guess.
Yeah.
No, every time I do a live stream, I get a million questions about. Do you like Korn? Do you like System of a? Do you like? And the live stream could have literally nothing to do with that. Like, let's only talk about this Michael Myers mask and 47 comments about Korn. So it's just become a meme.
It's like, what the fuck does Michael Myers got to do with Jonathan Davis? Can y'all shut the fuck up?
Exactly.
Being up there and being in your area of the woods, have you ever heard of the Lollipop Factory?
No.
Have you ever heard of those guys? I don't think they're really around anymore. It really kind of basically end up being like a couple of people, but they put out an album. If you really like operatic stuff, they like, as far as operatic metal, they like had like really great vocals. And but it was just like the early 2000s. But it was a really good album they put out.
The Lollipop.
Like really big guitars, and yeah.
What was it? Lollipop what, John?
Lollipop Factory.
Factory. That almost sounds
Kind of-
industrial when you say
kind
it
of
like that.
Kind of a weird name for a kind of a metalish band. Yeah.
Do you like industrial metal, AJ?
I think probably the farthest I get into that, I guess, would be like a little bit of Rammstein or Steen, because everybody will correct you no matter how you say it.
Rammstein.
Yeah.
Don't be rolling your R's. I swear to God.
They're technically not supposed to.
I like old 9 Inch Nails. Does that count?
Yeah, they are industrial.
Yeah.
I feel kind of like the kings of that, right?
Kinda, but I mean, if you listen to the 80s pop culture music back then, like where it was very poppy, not the metal part of it, but the poppy parts, that was the kind of the beginning of industrial music. And with Trent Reznor, he just basically added heavy guitars to it.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of sounded synthetic.
Yeah, I think that like Head Like a Hole is like untouchable. It's like such a good song.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
Bow down. Like
People
that.
are the one you serve. Yeah.
Perfect.
Love that song. Or Terrible Lie. I like that one.
You ever seen light shows during like a live show?
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah. They put on some like really great shows. I mean, I've never gotten to like personally go to a concert to see it, but I've seen videos and I'm like, so this is what everybody's experiencing. Okay. You know, and visually it looks awesome.
Absolutely.
I do recommend a band for you, though, that's an industrial metal type of band, but the singing is not so much like growling or anything like that. It's a lot of singing. It's a band called The Birthday Massacre.
Birthing?
Birthday Massacre.
Oh, okay. The Birthday Massacre. Gotcha.
I like birthing better. Can we rename them?
the birth.
No.
The Birthing
No.
Massacre. Jesus. Just saying it out loud makes me feel dirty.
Everybody thinks I'm like a huge like metalhead, which I guess technically I am, and pretty much most of what I do revolves around that. But I've been into bluegrass a lot lately.
Hell yeah.
I discovered Billy Strings and just kind of went crazy with that. So
I mean, I'm picky on the whole bluegrass and country and stuff like that. There are certain artists that I do like, and then there are some that I find annoying and don't really care for their songs, but yet you still hear their songs because it's so fucking catchy.
Mhm.
What does that say?
So they're Canadian. They got a cool vibe.
Jill.
Probably
from
talking about the
Canada.
Birthday
Jill
Massacre.
Brown.
They're from Canada.
Yeah. Listen, Jill, if you get entered
Yep.
in this giveaway, just know that I'm pulling for you not to win, because I got to ship this and I don't want to ship it to Canada. I'm just letting you know up front.
How bad
I'm
is
not-
it to
Well,
ship to Canada?
It's a wonderful
I don't
question.
know if she's from Canada, but
Yeah, she said hello from Canada a couple of comments ago. So hello to
Oh.
Canada. It's probably a good, pretty much everything right now leaving the United States is like $25.
Yeah.
No matter
Really?
what you do. Yeah.
Well,
Even
I'm
Canada?
sure. I'm sure it'd take a fucking year or two because they probably get stopped for a COVID check. So, yeah. But it'll get put in COVID jail.
I'm gonna find a little COVID sticker and put on the box if I gotta send it to her.
yeah, Jody was recently sick, and so was I.
That was fun, man. That was
Well done.
good times.
Apparently, John was sick for a few days too.
I had it too.
I didn't have COVID, luckily, but
I did.
just dodged that bullet.
Woo!
I just had the standard flu.
I got my
No.
taste back yesterday. Let me tell you what sucks. Putting food in your mouth and it's just texture. That's just the weirdest shit I've ever experienced in my life.
Oh yeah.
I
That's
was looking
weird.
forward to that because I was like, you know what? I can eat healthy now.
Right?
I only lost my taste for like a day and a half, and I was like, damn it.
Mine was almost a whole week. It was awful.
Yeah, guess I'll just do that.
And I see you're excited that Mudvayne is back together, or at least for the time being.
Yeah, I finally got to check them off of my list, and I got to check them off my list while they were wearing face paint. So it was a win-win.
Nice.
Very stoked about that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a picture of it's funny because my dad, I guess, had like a pretty big part in me like liking all this stuff, allowing me to listen to heavy music when I was little and allowing me to watch horror and stuff. So I've got all kinds of pictures of me as a kid, like at concerts on his shoulders. And a friend of mine went to the Mudvayne show with us and took a picture of me, like with my arm on my dad's shoulder, like us watching the show, and like you can see the stage in front of us and stuff. It's like probably one of the coolest pictures ever.
Jill,
That's
you're
awesome.
not going to win.
Jill, I'm not. We're all rooting against you, Jill. I just want you to know you're
Yeah,
on the
no,
list.
Jill.
Don't get me wrong.
No.
You're going to be on the wheel of death, but we're all rooting against you. Okay.
Yes. No Jill.
I like how what was the one I'm in a metal band brought up the Aquabats. Man, I haven't heard the Aquabats in forever.
Yeah, you should
Have
check out
any of
the
y'all heard the
Aquabats.
Aquabats?
Call
Man,
me.
Yeah, a
Wait.
long time. Not a
Yeah,
long time.
that's been a long time, man.
No, this person's saying something about you should check out who the band. What?
the Aquabats.
The Aquabats, yeah.
Oh, that's what they're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely heard the name. Never listened to it.
I've never heard of Aquabats.
Yeah.
I've heard of Butthole Surfers.
Heard of the whole circle. There's a
I
band
mean,
stuff with Gwar, and they were like a little local indie band.
Mhm.
They called the Alter Natives, and I was just like, wow, what a genius name. Metalhead Slipknot mask collection is insane. And I've got the chat up, so I'm looking at everything too.
Yeah.
Sorry, AJ. What?
I have this chat up. I was just going off and
Okay.
reading by myself.
it
Oh no, you're
says-
fine.
It says, sorry, AJ, you're metalhead, definitely a metalhead. LOL. Slipknot mask collection is insane. You should probably eventually be put in a museum. I'm sure just a fan of music and whole, but leaning towards the metal.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like, all right, so two things about that comment. One, I am the museum now. Like, I have a whole building dedicated to this. So, like,
Yeah,
Why-
that's true.
yeah, why put it in another museum if it's just, I have my own.
Right.
Just open
Well,
your own
unless you
museum.
have to move.
Yeah, if I have to move, I'd be into a bigger spot.
$5 a person.
The metalhead thing, I grew up listening to stuff that like I got to the point where there just like almost was nothing like more metal for me to listen to.
Mhm.
I currently listen to more rap and bluegrass than I do metal music. So my like love for that stuff has never gone away. It's just I guess my horizons have expanded and I get to enjoy it through that type of stuff now rather than
Mhm.
listening to it constantly. So it's funny because people are like, oh, like what are you listening to right now? And I'm like, Lil Wayne.
I know when it comes to, I guess you could say bluegrass or country, whatever you want to call it in general. I know the difference, but some people don't. And the closest thing that I like to bluegrass is the Beverly Hillbillies and the Dukes of Hazzard.
I would check.
That's all I really know.
If you want to get into bluegrass, check out Billy Strings because that dude is more metal on an acoustic guitar than most current bands are on their regular.
Billy what?
Billy Strings.
Billy Strings. Okay.
He's like my age, and I did this like series called I don't even know what it was called, but it was basically like you recommend music for me to listen to on the stream, and then I'll give my opinion after I listen to the song that you tell me. And I had an episode going and it just was like doing terrible and everybody was recommending like the worst stuff I've ever heard. So I was like, all right, well, I'll take one more and then that'll be it. And somebody said Billy Strings and I was like, that sounds dumb. So I looked it up. he was at the Grand Ole Opry playing a song called "Dust in a Baggie," and it's about how meth ruined his life and how he's sitting behind bars. And like I just couldn't fathom what I was watching because the stuff he was playing was metal music via bluegrass, and he's just like a kid up there, and he's covered in tattoos, and it was just like the weirdest thing. And I don't know, I fell in love, and ever since then I've just been super into Billy String. The first interview I saw, he was wearing a T-shirt. It was a really old metal shirt for a band called Xenochrist, and he's like talking to this nice old country lady while wearing this shirt as like a Victorian lady holding a severed head of like Jesus, I think, on a platter. And I was like, this is the kid playing this country music? Like he's wearing like a Xenochrist shirt right now? Like no one even knows that that's a real band. So
this person just mentioned Mudvayne. They are correct.
Only good. Oh, the ghost ship thing?
Yes.
Yeah, they're not wrong.
No, they're not. I just had to point that out real quick.
Yeah, I used to watch that movie just to hear that part, like just where they're cruising in the ship listening to that song.
Oh yeah.
Kane history and more. When I opened the Instagram and saw the V version 3 2.0s, I was finally relieved I could share those photos I posted today. So I don't know what that means.
Heck yeah. So
you probably know what that means.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
With my merch line, we did. I wanted to release a mask, like a. I don't know what you would call it, like a mascot mask.
Yeah. Okay.
To like sell to the kids. So when I first did it years ago, we had one that was just based on my logo. It was like a theatrical smiling mask, like you see like the happy and sad masks.
Yeah.
I have a logo that looks like that, and we literally just did a 3D version of that, and they did really, really well because the idea was like I have a lot of kids that watch the show, so I wanted them to be durable.
Yeah.
I wanted them to be affordable, and they were both, and they all came blank. So everybody had to do their own thing to it. So it like forced artistry almost. And I just thought that was rad.
That's really cool.
So eventually the company I was doing those with kind of ended, and I wanted to do a V2, which would be closer to the mask that I like wear at like conventions and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Those did not turn out the way that I wanted them to at all. So I think I did like one run, and then life just got weird, and I got into relationships that weren't great and whatever, and I stopped doing this type of stuff as much. But then when I came back, I was like, man, like the numbers are way bigger than they ever have been, and everything's way more serious. Like if we do another mask, we need to make it like super crazy official. So what we came up with was an idea that took like 2 years to come to life because I couldn't do it with the company I originally wanted to do it with. And then it was just like a waiting game for like how I wanted to premiere it, but they're super evil.
Oh, nice.
That's really cool.
Before this whole pandemic, I was using the mask up hashtag because I just thought it sounded cool. So that was on all my like windbreakers and whatever. So the mouth actually says mask up, like.
Nah.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, that's cool.
Carved out, and these have been doing really well. But this is the second style paint job that we've done on these. So they premiered today, and they all sold out immediately. We sold
nice.
out. Really
cool.
So
to
that
answer this person's question, yes, I like the Misfits. I like them. I don't know about anyone else here, but I do. Danzig, Dropkick Murphys, Pennywise, The Offspring, Rancid. I can keep going.
Charlie's got the list.
Judas Priest, they're considered punk.
Are they really?
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Even Ramones.
Gwar started as a punk band.
Well, Ramones are definitely punk, but
I was about to say, Gwar. My favorite song from them was "Sick of You."
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Sick of You.
There's just something about that specific song I couldn't get to any other song I heard from them, I just couldn't get as much as into it.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard Television, Charlie?
Television?
Yeah.
No.
They're from the late. I think their album came out in like 78. It's right around the time I was born. 78, 79, 80, right in that era. And they're kind of, I would say, almost pre-punk, but they're kind of rock and roll punk. You'd probably really like them. They have like really long songs. Their songs are like there's only like 6 songs on an album, but it's just like it's really crazy.
Huh.
It's really crazy stuff. And when I listen to them, and then when I heard I'm trying to think of the band was from the set. There was a band that came out probably about 15 years ago that's kind of sounded like them, but no, it's kind of a New York sounding punk, kind of a punk rock sound, kind of rock punk
Interesting.
sound, whatever. Excuse me, I got flustered there a little bit trying to think of the
Cool.
The Strokes sound like them. The Strokes remind me of them.
Oh, the Strokes?
Yeah.
Huh.
In a weird way.
Strokes. They're trying to remember which band that is. Are they the ones
They pretty much just had a couple albums in the early 2000s. So.
I know their name. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to think of a song that I know that's the Strokes. Crap. Can't remember. Let's get into some movies.
That's the only thing that I like having Spotify, because I collected vinyl back in the day. I was a big proponent of analog and recording that way, things like that. I am. I don't have a lot of CDs. I've had them throughout the years, but CDs are one of the things that I just would destroy for some reason, because I would just have them in and out of my car, and they'd either fall or get in the seats, and just CDs. I mean, my DVD collection I've always taken great care of, but like CDs, I never could take care of them. So like when Spotify and things like that came around, I was like, now I can explore. With Spotify, I can always explore music and find new bands constantly. So I'm always on there doing that. A lot easier than having to go out and buy, buying stuff I don't want to listen to and things like that, or buy a band and the album's not very good. It might have one song on it, it's not very good, and something like that.
Yeah.
So
I can understand that.
So somebody that kind of was a kind of proponent to like analog recordings and things like that, it's been I don't know, I've kind of taken to it more so than other people have. It's just kind of opens up the world of music to you more so than
yeah.
Especially if you live in Kentucky. I mean, the music scene was great in Central Kentucky. I mean, we had a good music scene in Lexington, but as far as having access to maybe larger cities and things like that, it makes it really nice.
Well, I was going to say let's talk some movies, because I got some in my hands to want to know if AJ's seen any of them. But this is Critters. Do you know the Critters?
Oh yeah, I know Critters.
Yeah, this is the 4 movie, but there's actually a 5th one called Critters Attack.
I definitely can't say that I've seen all of those.
Was it part 2 or 3 that was Leonardo DiCaprio's debut? Which one was it?
I think that was number 3.
Is it 3?
It has to be 3.
Whichever one they were in the city. Yeah, it's 3. Because 4.
That has to be 3. Yeah.
4 is when they went to space.
Yes. Here, I got it right here. Let me.
There's a certain actor that's debuted in the is it the 3rd movie?
Yeah.
I mean, they're in the city, so yeah.
DiCaprio. Yeah.
Yep.
How funny is it when stuff like that?
Yeah. No.
What?
Right.
How funny is it? It's funny as hell. I mean,
like Paul Rudd in Halloween 6.
Right.
Who was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The New Beginning?
Oh,
The New Mutation or something like that. Man, who was that?
I forget who that was right now.
we're not talking about the one that has. What the hell is her name? Jessica Biel.
No, it wasn't that
wasn't
one.
Okay.
Thing. It was
I'd have to look it up.
It was the Next Generation, and it was Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
yeah, yeah.
Texas Chainsaw
Yeah.
2. Him and Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
So funny. I love
Yeah,
that.
they were in it.
They tried to shelf that for like the longest time because their careers had like taken off right after.
Yeah.
And they were just embarrassed by it.
Yeah, I got the Arrow video release of that one. It's an awesome
I love
edition.
Is that before
No.
or after Dazed and Confused for Matthew
It's
McConaughey?
before.
Was it before?
I'm pretty sure it was before.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it was.
Um,
Are
what
you
is it?
familiar
Yup.
with Donnie Darko?
I've seen it once.
Yeah.
Never,
I mean, I know this isn't really like, say, true horror. It's more of a thriller than anything, but
yeah.
That'd be a cool mask. That's a cool mask in that movie.
Cool Donnie Darko rabbit masks for sure.
Oh, I've got a hang on. I got this artist, Jack of the Dust. He does sculptures of skulls.
Mhm.
Hang on a second.
go ahead and grab it.
While we, Yup has asked AJ, what mask means the most to you?
Oh boy. I don't know that I could give one singular one, but I could give one for different reasons. Like sentimentality, it would be definitely the first mask I got. Like I still have it, and that one that I was telling you about earlier when I called my dad's friend, and he just happened to have the same one. So like that one obviously is a big deal, but then there's other stuff like certain stage used Gwar pieces that are just my favorite of all time, or whatever. So I guess if I had to really actually pick, it would be my first one because that's what started everything.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then this person talking about, like, I've had 4 messages today about people trying to buy the new mask, I guess.
It sounds like Kane bought up more than one. That's what I'm reading out of that.
He runs a fan page on Instagram, and he's really good at it. So
Nice.
Awesome.
Make us a fan page. It'd be nice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
he's so good at it that people seem to think that it's me
Oh,
That's,
see.
trying to buy that mask off of him, even though you can't even buy them off of me. I don't house them. Like the company that makes them is the one that you can buy them off of.
Yeah.
thank you, Jill. Yes, they are classics.
Yes, critters. There's an artist I'm trying to get one from him. He does like life-size critters, but he also like does them in different colors. Like he has one.
Really?
Yeah, he has one. You remember My Pet Monster?
Yes.
He has that color critter that you can buy.
Really?
That's cool.
I'm like, dude, I gotta buy that from you like tomorrow. But talking about Donnie Darko, there's this artist in Australia. His name is Jack of the Dust. All he does is pretty much all he does is skull art. But I got this off of him. I did like
nice.
I did an unboxing when I got it in the mail. It's on my Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah, I think so.
But his work is crazy. Downstairs I've
You
also
send
got
that to a mask maker.
this thing is nuts. He wax stamps all of them and signs them like that.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I've
It
got
looks like he used the real skull there.
dude. He
basics
does.
of it.
He does the sculpture, and then they just kind of like mass produce. I say mass produce. I forget how many they made of this particular one. It was only like maybe a couple hundred. But yeah, he does some crazy shit.
I wonder if anybody's got collectibles of graboids from the Tremors movies.
Mhm.
I think it'd be
this-
awesome to have one of the like kind of like they did in the. I think he did it in part 2 where the one dude had like the head mounted on his wall like a deer.
Oh, I think so.
Of the graboid. I was like, that'd be
Uh-huh.
amazing if I had that kind of room just coming out of the freaking wall.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. I mean, especially for your little museum that you got going there, AJ. Have a graboid just pushing coming out of your wall.
Yeah, literally above a doorway or something.
Yeah, scare the shit out of your guests.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, especially if you could build, the whole thing, like the whole monster. with-
Yeah.
Have it break it, bust into like a concrete wall. Yeah,
Mhm.
it'd be cool.
Oh yeah, and then have Reba McEntire come in and help out and promote House of
Reba.
Masks.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love a Reba appearance for sure.
That'd be cool. Give her a shotgun and yeah.
You ever seen The Fourth Kind? I think I've seen the fourth kind, I believe.
The
Yeah.
Fourth kind? Oh,
Yeah.
I think I know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Mila, the girl
Always-
from Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I always need to see the theatrical poster.
Well, I mean, it's an easy find. It's
Yeah. I'm looking it up now. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that movie. Okay, yeah.
I've seen it. Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah.
Have you heard of what?
The Sex Pistols.
Oh
course.
yes, definitely.
Yes. Yeah.
Honestly, if you're a fan of like metal, punk, and stuff like that, how do you not know
Yeah.
who the Sex Pistols are?
Right.
Yeah.
Best
What's that?
use in the game.
Yeah. What is this one? AJ Mask? What?
Currently looking for another mask to convert. Oh, so that
Oh.
runs that fan page.
Another agent.
Oh, okay.
He made that and sent it in, and it looks really similar to like the
Well,
one there.
Kane, I'm rooting for you to win this giveaway then.
Yeah, AJ's gonna want you to mail it to him.
I know it's really AJ as Kane behind the,
Yeah, that's all it is.
Gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
I'd much rather you be pretending to be Jill. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Jill,
What
we're
I
watching you.
Bill, but I'm also pretending to be from Ohio right now. That's the only truth that you get.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm really not from California.
We're
I'm
all
really from planet Uranus.
Yeah, people don't realize we're all in the same building right now.
One big studio.
And
My
mine-
cat is knocking on my door.
Oh,
let him in.
smart cat.
It's a girl cat named Lily. Hold on, I'll be back.
Yeah.
My dog got tired of my shit and left the room. That's all that happened over here.
Yeah.
Get your ass in here.
Stop embarrassing me in front of friends.
Stop embarrassing for my friends.
Yep, she had to come in.
Oh, where's the cat? I want to see it.
She's going ahead and just chilling now.
I want to say hi.
How
I
many
ended up
people
getting
we
these
got on
coasters
the?
from.
How many people we got on the wheel right now? How's the wheel looking?
13 so far.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
I got
many,
these from my
conventions-
work.
What is
Coasters.
that?
Cool.
Oh,
Christmas
coasters.
story.
How many
I got that
conventions
one.
do you do a year?
What is it?
How many conventions do you do a year? That's me asking.
Oh, I used to do far more before the pandemic, obviously. The main one, like I would go and do like appearances, but the only one that I really boothed at was Mask Fest, and it was like a branch of Horror Hound in Indianapolis,
Okay.
and those used to be really fun, and then they got really quickly. So I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but I think some group of people out there are currently working on something that may take the hobby by storm in a convention form soon. So
Nice.
yeah, should be cool.
Nice.
Do you now play double bass drum? I don't know who that's.
Is
You
that
play
direct-
drums?
I'm in the middle band.
Oh, I think they've been doing know how. Yeah, I've been playing. I got my first drum set when I was 3.
Oh, damn.
Yes, I know how to. I'm familiar with the double bass.
Familiar.
I play drums myself, actually.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to be in a band called Make a Scene.
Nice.
I remember.
I was like the drummer / vocalist too, because the singer, of course, was the singer. But if there was like certain vocals that he wasn't able to like pull off, he would have me do.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
for like low guttural kind of stuff, he would have me do, and high screams, and but nobody was honest about his singing. People are still not honest about his singing. They say that he sounds whiny, that he sounds too nasally, and I mean, of course, I feel bad for him when people say that, because I always hear that I'm good if I actually try without trying, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I guess he didn't like hearing that because he started getting pissed off because I started to know what I was talking about, and shit went sour without going into too much detail. Business got mixed with personal, and that's what happened, and we parted ways.
Yeah, I feel like that's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why I tried
sucked.
to do everything by myself over here, because
Yeah.
expectation is the root of all heartache. And when I expect too much out of my friends or whatever, it's just, I get butt hurt. So,
Well, after we're done here, I will show you a music video that they did after I was already gone from them, but I did the music with them, that you'll hear. So it's like a music video in general, but it's of like live shows put together.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's a fun watch, but the music is the music I got to record with them, and then they made the music video like months later.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That way you can hear my drumming and my guttural.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Jill Bright says, one day I want to go to American Horror Con. Which is the best?
There are some that I've never made it to that I always hear really good things about. Like Texas Frightmare seems pretty cool. The Horror Hounds are okay, but I feel like you really have to commit to the whole weekend to get to do everything that's fun. Like the funnest times for us were when the convention was over and everybody was like hanging out in the lobby or watching whatever band they had booked for that night or whatever. Like, or like even just like hotel parties. Like me and my company that I keep don't drink or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Still had a blast just hanging out in hotel rooms and just like doing fun stuff. So I feel like there's an environment for about everybody there.
Nice.
That's cool.
Oh,
That's cool. Are you a fan of any horror, thriller, drama type of shit, like TV shows like American Horror Story, for example?
I don't really like American Horror Story. I feel like it is branded to casual horror fan.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like it's a more commercially based.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess when I do watch, I like Dexter a lot. Like when that was around, I enjoyed Dexter.
Did you see the new season?
I saw the first episode and then just forgot. I don't know what happened, but what's that on? Is it?
I think that might
Showtime.
be Hulu. Showtime?
Is it, I thought it was. Is it? I might be wrong.
I could be wrong too. I mean, shit.
It's getting a physical release. It's getting a steelbook at Target.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
I might have to. The last thing I need is another streaming service.
Yeah. I know on HBO Max right now, I'm actually watching The Peacemaker. I gotta watch the newest episode, but
oh yeah, I've been watching that.
That show is fucking insane.
How about that
my
opening?
God.
How about that opening musical number that they do?
Oh
How
my
about
God, I
that?
know. Seeing Robert Patrick dance. Wow.
I watched that in the first episode. I skip it all the time.
I skip it every time
Like,
now, yeah,
I'm
because
just
you only
like,
need one time
what
to see it.
in the hell am I watching?
Oh my God, like everybody's choreography was so horrible.
It's so weird. Highly recommend it though. But
Yeah, if you like that shit, crazy, blow shit up, kill people type of movie, this show is for you.
Yeah.
if you like just classic James Gunn, that's basically what you gotta like.
The last show that
I heard it was pretty awful.
really heavily.
Oh, I love it.
Ozarks.
What was that?
I want to get into that. I heard great things about that show.
That was the last
Ozarks.
we're heavily invested in. And I messed up because normally what I do with like Dexter or like the Breaking Bad craze is I wait till it's completely over so I can watch everything at my own pace. And now I'm stuck waiting for these seasons to come out and I'm hooked on the show. And just the wait sucks. So yeah, Ozark's definitely like that's probably my favorite show.
Jill just had to comment, didn't she?
What's Jill saying now?
Favorite. Said American Horror Story is her favorite. Murder House. Murder House is her favorite. And Dexter's awesome.
Yeah. So
I butchered that whole line.
Definitely. Coven was my favorite out of the AHSs, and it still was very obnoxious to me.
I feel like I'm coming down hard on Jill. Listen, I'm really just, I'm really just dreading having to go to the post office to mail you this movie.
Damn cat!
Oh my God, Charlie's cat just committed suicide live on air. Is he okay?
I'll be back.
He'll be back.
Get your ass out the room.
Yeah, that's right.
Get your ass out of here.
Come on. Quit hiding under the bed. Come on. Gotta put my light back.
It's a mess over there.
Okay, we're good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sorry for that.
Hey, at least your room's got a door. My room's wide open to the whole house. So at any point, anything crazy could happen over here. We just never know.
Just one of your kids randomly shows up, goes, "Hello."
Yeah, I'm surprised it's never happened yet. Occasionally they'll walk in and give me like the eye, like I'm gonna jump in front of that camera. I'm like, no, you're not. Don't do it.
I'll smack you, Dad. I will.
Do you guys like The Conjuring? I enjoyed the first one, and I
like both, but I like the first one the most.
Yeah, I haven't seen the latest one.
I have. It's still entertaining and enjoyable, but just not as great, kind of thing.
Actually, the first one, that was probably the last horror movie that I saw in the theater where it was actually fun to do because it was packed and everybody was just screaming, just like terrified.
Horror movie for me was It Chapter 2.
I saw that in theater, but it just was.
Yeah.
I didn't have that crowd experience that I did with that first
Mhm.
Conjuring.
Oh yeah, I got to see it when it was released on physical media. I didn't get to have that experience with The Conjuring. So
Yeah, because there's some pretty messed up, just like not really jump scares, just like just those points. Those more, you're just like, no, I don't want to look at that. Don't make me look at that. Okay,
You know what was
yeah.
What was?
people don't think is scary?
what was that?
The first Paranormal Activity.
Oh, that made me laugh.
I watched that in a theater by myself because
Oh shit.
I went to a movie theater where I could see stuff earlier.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I was terrified. I don't care what anybody said. I got home and I literally like looked in the closet kind of. I mean, whatever, but yeah, that one got me back then. I will say they went downhill real quick, but that was a pretty innovative set of movies, I think.
Yeah.
Well, see, the first Paranormal Activity, I actually laughed at. I couldn't take it serious, honestly, because I'm very much into the whole supernatural, afterlife, ghosts, and stuff like that. And when I was watching it, one of the scenes that made me laugh so hard, and you may disagree or agree, but it's when the ghost kind of makes its entrance into the bedroom the very first time.
Mm-hmm.
And when the husband is hearing all of this, he's like starting to get up, and then it sounds like the ghost kind of does this, oh shit, kind of thing. And you hear the footsteps just running and slam the door behind him kind of thing. And of course it scares the shit out of them, but I laughed so hard.
There's a scene that creeps me out still to this day where she gets out of bed and then just like stands over him for hours.
Yeah.
Like not doing anything. I'm just like not being awake and having things going on around you that you don't know about is weird. I don't know. Guilty pleasure movie, I guess, because everybody hates it. But.
What is the best
someone's asking about what's your favorite song on the We Are Not Your Kind?
Yeah.
Nero Forte, for sure.
Huh. I don't know if I have a favorite from that album.
Yeah, I don't know, I like that song. And Jay Weinberg sent me some drum heads and some sticks that he used to record it, so it's even more special now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know. I remember seeing studio footage of Jay recording Unsainted, and the verse was way different than what it was when it was released.
Yeah.
Like it was all nothing but doubles, and yeah, it was crazy footage.
Yeah, I love studio footage.
Oh, it's always fun to watch. I remember watching Joey Jordison at Ross Robinson's studio when he's doing surfacing, because that was the drum part that they were filming. And oh my God, when you just hear the drums by themselves with no one playing, he was so fucking clean as a drummer.
Yeah. I know exactly what part you're talking about.
Yeah, that you know, and then you know, oh, that always gave me goosebumps when I watched that, because just hearing how clean of a drummer he was without all the guitars and everything else going, it was just awesome to hear.
Yeah, they recorded that first album pretty sketchy too. Like they did all analog, and that's why it's so gross. Like, wow, what a good album.
Oh yeah, I remember Joey saying something like how him and Ross, when they talked about his drumming, that him and the click track became best friends real quick.
Yeah,
as in he didn't have too many issues with Joey, you know, on how many takes, you know, trying to get a song correct.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that's awesome. And it sucks that I know that you're not, like, say, a fan of Korn, but I've seen like their home videos from the 90s from I think it was called like Who Now Then. It was almost like Slipknot's Welcome to Our Neighborhood kind of, you know, video.
I wish bands still did stuff like that.
Oh, I do too. I do too. I mean, some of them still kind of, but of course it's all digital now. Like with Jacoby from Papa Roach, he kind of does little intricate things here and there.
Oh, the Foo Fighters just going to make a horror movie for us. Did you see that trailer?
Yeah, no, thank you. They're COVID bitches.
Okay.
They completely sold out. Fuck them.
Wait,
they put on a good live show. I'll give them that.
Who sold out?
He's saying Foo Fighters sold out.
Oh, yeah, I saw the preview for that movie. Actually, we went and watched Scream, and that was one of the previews. And I was just like,
was it really?
Yeah, I was thinking like a joke to be over. I was like, is this a scary movie? And they're just having like a Foo Fighters cameo. And then by the end, I was like, it's a whole ass Foo Fighters movie.
It's a whole ass fucking movie.
Yeah, we don't need this.
Yeah.
You never know, we might need it. I mean, I think it's funny.
It's all just to be. I mean, it's going to be their 10th album. The soundtrack is their 10th album. That's the only reason. That's the whole thing too. They're just going to try and come up with a new way to release an album, I guess. I mean, it's clever. Did we need it in? You know, should it go to like Netflix or something? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But instead of a theater.
Instead of a theater experience, it's a little ridiculous.
I totally agree.
I don't blame you on that.
But they put on a hell of a show. I've seen them 2 times. Once at the Ryman, which was amazing, and then I saw them in a big arena.
I've seen Marilyn Manson live.
Yeah, I've seen
that. Was fun.
I've
seen
him,
Slipknot twice.
I saw Manson open for 9 Inch Nails at a college back in the 90s.
That would have been sick.
That sounds familiar, because I think MTV was doing something like that, where it was like they go to different college campuses and actually perform.
This was before anybody knew who he was. You were just sitting there going, what am I watching?
Yeah, no, I've been a fan
like
of Marilyn
3 months
Manson
later.
Since '97, like, because I didn't really know Marilyn Manson until he came out with Antichrist Superstar, and then after that, that's when I heard "Smells Like Children" and you know, stuff like that. So
I've seen him live by accident. I can't say that I'm a fan of Marilyn Manson, but I will say it was one of the only like larger than life moments I've ever had. Like seeing him walk out, I was like, "That's the guy! Like that is Marilyn Manson."
Yeah, You're like, wow, he looks fucking weird.
I thought he was dying on stage. I don't know that he sang a single word, but he definitely sounded like he was vomiting the entire time. Felt bad. Yeah, so his mic things were cool because like every couple songs, his microphone thing would change, and like it was brass knuckles at one point, and then it was another point, and I forget what else, but I thought that was neat.
He cracks me up, like, cause just like even the beginning of the Antichrist Superstar when he's the Irresponsible Hate Anthem is what the song is called, and the beginning of the song literally goes. And you're like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
And then it turns into a song. But he's saying like, we hate love, we love hate. That's what he was saying in the song.
That's what it says in the CD booklet, at least.
Yes. I mean, so when it comes to music for me on like the metal spectrum, I would say that I love Pantera. I do like Metallica. I don't like everything Metallica, but I do like them. I like Megadeth. If I were to talk like, say, more newer bands, this is where I kind of tread lightly because it's almost like I don't know what's okay to say anymore. Can I be a fan of Bring Me the Horizon? You know, can I be a fan of Falling in Reverse? I could be a fan. But I feel like sometimes you're almost stepping on people's toes when you tell them what you like.
Yeah. Well, apparently, if I say that I don't like something, it means that I absolutely hate them, and I'm totally on the opposite end. So
you hate everybody that likes them. That's what I heard. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yes,
people,
like
keep
Tenacious
commenting.
D. Yes, I like Tenacious D.
Oh, Tenacious D.
Yes,
oh
I do.
God.
Took me a while to actually like them, but yeah.
I was working in a music store when that first album dropped, and they sent us an edited copy that we could play in store.
Oh, really?
There's really nothing on the album when it's edited. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
but
I'd imagine
it was interesting.
Yeah, the Pick of Destiny. I thought that was a fun movie to watch too.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you watch your HBO show? That was kind of before their first album came out.
Yeah, it was.
I also like Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you hear about that biopic?
No.
Yeah, they got freaking Harry Potter's going to play him. What's up with that? I don't understand.
Oh, Daniel Radcliffe's going to play Weird Al?
Yeah.
No shit.
I was like, what?
Wow.
I got to see this.
I know.
I'm actually interested to see.
I'm very curious. I'm very curious.
The people are totally against it and thinking like, hey, give him a chance. He's a good actor. You know, maybe he can pull it off.
He is a good actor.
You
know? I'm very interested in this.
I mean, there has to be a reason they picked him. He had to come in and like nail an audition for it. So
yeah, you would have to.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like 5 foot shorter than Weird Al, but you gotta you gotta nail that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and the long hair.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him with the wig. It's going to be amazing.
Or the Coolio hair style that he had.
Especially the 80s, the early 80s Weird Al.
Yeah.
He had the fro, he
had so many different hairstyles. He even had his hair like Michael Jackson in the Bad video.
Dude, I hope they show him like making UHF, because that'd
be cool. Because UHF
awesome.
Is a funny ass movie.
Oh, I love that movie so much.
Weird Al,
that should get a 4K.
Weird Al voice for one of Gwar's like cartoons. And,
he did?
Yeah, like himself, and eventually Odorous kills him, and then is like wearing a face and pretending to be Weird Al. So I saw that.
What does that one say? Do you like who? Nirvana?
Nirvana, obviously.
I like Nirvana.
I mean, you can't be, in my opinion, I'm sorry if this is too much, you can't be a fan of 90s music, anything, if you're not, because half of it wouldn't be there if it wasn't for them.
And
So-
Red Hot Chili Peppers would be an example too, right there. Smashing Pumpkins. Faith No More is actually one of them.
I mean, there's a good 5-year span right there where if you didn't have a very large group of bands, you wouldn't have
Ugly Kid Joe.
Yes.
half the shit you got now. So
I like Nirvana, but I like Alice in Chains a lot more.
They're a little more ominous, if anything, so I would have to agree on that.
Lane's voice is like sorrow to me. It's like listen.
I loved their Unplugged. Their Unplugged was probably one of the best.
Yeah.
Like
How
their
about the
music was
Banana
pretty
Phone
dark.
online?
Yeah.
And it was getting darker as he was dying. And like
Yeah.
Yeah.
can't imagine where it would have been had he lived a couple more years.
Yeah. It's funny because I actually got to see him before he passed away. It was when the movie The Faculty came out, and he did the rendition of Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Oh wow.
Because it was on the soundtrack and they played it live when I saw them. So
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
I think my favorite song is Get Born Again. And that super dark song, but the music video is really like creepy stuff. They literally had to use clips of him from other music videos because he looked so bad that they didn't want to. Yeah, like he had no teeth. And yeah, he was real rough. And they had to, and if you watch closely, you can tell pretty obviously, but it's just a weird, creepy thing to think about. Like he just looks so dead that you can't even be in your own music videos anymore.
Right.
Yeah. I think that started happening with like Freddie Mercury toward at the end of his time too, actually.
Yeah.
Which is always sad because like these are people you look up to that inspire you, and you got to remember they're human just like anybody, and they have issues just like everybody else, health problems. It just happens.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be right
What is
back,
that?
gentlemen.
Thoughts on how Netflix either completely compliment or destroy Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Oh, the new one that's coming out. I mean, got to see it to really know if they butchered it or not. But
Yeah.
I've only seen like set photos, and that's about it, and can't really make an opinion yet on it.
Yeah, the one little teaser trailer I've seen hasn't gotten me excited or gotten me like unexcited about it. So
Yeah, kind of like just a bland feeling.
yeah, just seems like a cliche Netflix trailer to me.
And what is that? How do you
feel
guys?
how do you feel about Pumpkinhead? It's been
Oh,
a long
love
time since
Pumpkinhead.
I've seen Pumpkinhead, but
Yeah, I guess I don't have an opinion on that one either.
yeah, it's
You-
been a
do you-
while
you don't
since
know
I've seen it, but I've
Pumpkinhead?
seen it.
No, I know Pumpkinhead. I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just don't care.
Yeah.
You're not, but are you not a fan of Pumpkinhead? Is that what it is?
not a fan. I just don't. I'm not a fan. It just exists. I think I was probably 12. The last.
Well, see, because judging by the whole House of Masks thing, you could literally turn it into basically a horror museum in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super picky with just about everything, which seems weird, but like I like Jason Voorhees and I like Leatherface, but I like Myers so much more that those other collections suffer because I dedicate the money, time, and stuff to the Michael Myers stuff. When in reality, like you said, it could be a full horror museum. I just find myself caring far more for the things that I do care about rather than
Just doing it to do it. And I get what you mean.
yeah.
I mean, it's like me with my movies. I collect what I know that I'm gonna personally enjoy.
Yeah.
As at one point I wanted to be one of those people that just bought it and had it. So if anybody asked if I have it, I have it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, but then you'll have shit that you don't like. And what if nobody wants it or you can't sell it? What are you gonna do with it?
Right.
So
Yeah, it's like that with my content as well. Like obviously, or maybe not so obviously, the Slipknot stuff does numbers. So if I do a Slipknot video, I can guarantee that it's going to have probably at least 10,000 views the first week. if I do Gwar stuff, I'll be lucky to get 5,000 views on it for a couple months, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I really have been enjoying the Gwar stuff lately, and that's what I'm making the content on. And if the channel is suffering because of that, technically, then it is what it is, because I just am having fun and really enjoying the Gwar. Just, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, you got to enjoy what you do. You got to.
Yeah.
You don't want to just do it just to do it. You want to do it because you enjoy it. You love it. It makes you feel actually happy in a sense. It's yours. Almost like a safe haven in a way.
Right.
What is the best bucket head bucket?
Oh,
Buckethead.
bucket. I would say the 90s KFC bucket is the classic, and that's also probably the most sought after one. But I gave Buckethead a bucket with my logo on it, and he wore it, so I'm a little partial to that one.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, 90s buckets are sweet. That's probably my favorite.
Okay. And then this person right here.
Who would have thought that old KFC buckets would be a topic of conversation?
I know.
Collection, so.
Oh, but this earlier we couldn't figure out this guy's name. He said his stands for "Never mind your opinion." That's what it stands for.
Oh, he's being clever.
But he,
Okay.
Says House of Mass needs some Toxic Avengers OG type stuff.
Hell yeah.
Toxic Avenger.
Get some trauma up in there.
Yeah, dude. What's funny is I've passed the trauma booths a million times at conventions, and they're super nice people. So
yeah,
I got
Nice.
the Toxic Avenger Steelbook. There you go, right there.
Oh, nice.
so sick.
nice.
Oh, I wish they would
Are
have
you
done
a
all
fan
of
of
them.
like any of the DC or Marvel stuff at all?
No, and yes. So this kind of applies to horror too, and maybe why I was so disappointed with Halloween Kills this year. When they create a movie based around a villain, I want the movie to actually be based around the villain, right?
Mhm.
The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises did a fantastic job, and I loved Bane, and I loved Heath Ledger's Joker.
Mhm.
And I wanted that with Halloween Kills too, because the whole time that they're hyping this up, they're talking about like it is literally just Michael Myers killing people. So I'm stoked because I'm like, man, I'm just gonna get to see Michael Myers doing his thing for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Be a little bit of story there, but that movie was, I don't know if you guys liked it, but it was such a disappointment to me because there were so many like
I still haven't gotten to watch it, so but I've heard nothing but negative shit about it.
Yeah, I know. I love the 2018 one. So all this
Yeah,
negative
that
stuff I'm
one's-
hearing about Kills, I'm just like, do I want to watch this?
I mean, give it a shot. There are people out there that obviously love it, and I can't speak for every. Like, I expected a villain movie, and what I got was 30 minutes of a villain and an hour of just pointless, annoying, forced.
Evil dies tonight. How many times?
Exactly. Yeah. So, I feel like if Marvel and DC made more stuff similar to like the Dark Knight movies, because those are the ones that I like the most,
And do very well.
yeah, I would be stoked. But like, okay, think about the hype and stuff leading up to Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Then think about the movie.
I know.
Exactly. So
Which one?
Both.
Jared Leto as the Joker.
That's so the first one then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Air. The hell is his name?
David Ayer. Yeah.
Thank you.
There it is.
It just
David
is like,
Ayer.
yeah, just give us the villain, man. Like some people like the villain, and I think that's very apparent with those Batman movies.
Well, apparently he has a cut. A different version where the Joker does have more screen time.
Yeah, his original whole thing was going to be the Joker.
Good.
And I'm kind of hoping. The longer it goes, of course, I don't think they're going to do it, but just mainly because of how they saw how great the Zack Snyder cut did on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the window was there for them to possibly let him do his director's cut.
Yeah.
But now we're months out. They've already announced that this Flash movie is going to erase all the Zack Snyder shit. They don't care anymore. So
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever get it in any form, which is
They're
sad
tired of
because
being-
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
They're tired of being made look bad. That's why
Well,
Yeah.
they
see,
won't release.
No.
see, like Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I felt that they didn't do it for me, and I am so disappointed with them because Venom had so much potential to be more darker, to be more grimmer, more serious in a sense, and they just didn't take advantage.
I think what
Could have
failed them
been
on
borderline horror.
that, I think what failed them on that was, I think it was another studio thing, because I think the studio was shocked at how much people liked the comedy aspect of the first Venom. So they were like, oh, well, just got to do that again. We just got to double down on that. But we were all like, no, you're fixing to do Carnage. You need to, this is a horror movie.
Yeah.
This needs to be rough. But
Oh yeah.
I don't think they were listening to that. I think they were surprised at how much people enjoyed the comedy part of the first Venom movie.
Yeah.
And they just leaned in hard, and they really shouldn't have done that.
I think Andy Serkis, who did the directing for Let There Be Carnage, should have said, no, we're going to die down the comedy. This is way too much.
Yeah.
You know?
I
And
mean, it was great for the first one. It gave Venom kind of a new little feel to it. I wasn't expecting it, and I enjoyed it. But if you're going to introduce Carnage, you can't be
can't rush
slapsticking.
that.
You can't be slapsticking shit.
Mhm.
you just can't rush things like that. And they gave it an hour and a half runtime. And I was like, dude, you gave Venom an over 2 hour runtime. Why couldn't Carnage get something a little bit more?
Are you guys?
It was more like it was just slapped together.
Are you guys interested in the Batman with?
I
Yes.
am.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much
A
so.
little bit.
I still,
Nearly 3 hour long movie.
Yeah.
I still wish that they would tease the villain a little bit more, because those trailers seem to really.
I think they're holding back on it because they don't want to give too much away about him.
That's what I was hoping, because it
Yeah.
seems like that's going to play an important part in the movie. But that's exactly what I was hoping. But
They did the same thing with Heath Ledger's Joker. He was not in the trailers.
Yeah.
You got some voiceover. We may have gotten a few shots, but they did not let you know what you were fixing to experience at all.
and now he's easily the most popular Joker of all
Right,
time.
right.
Yeah. It's funny because, I mean, as much as I like Heath Ledger, I loved his performance, don't get me wrong. And it's probably just because it's my childhood speaking, but Jack Nicholson is my Joker, you know, and he probably always will be.
It was a creepy portrayal for sure.
Yeah, for
Process.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
They're sweet. Yeah.
He did it really good, especially the fact that his character was still named Jack.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, oh, okay, so it's still Jack just gets a makeover.
We got I Am in a Metal Band asking if we like Garbage Pail Kids. I love Garbage Pail Kids. Look at
Are
that.
we talking I was about to say, are we talking the movie or are we talking the, you know,
I talk it all.
actual
So you want to
trading
talk the
cards?
movie? You want to talk the trading cards? This was hilarious, and it was completely unnecessary, and
I love it.
just is so awful. I loved it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Garbage.
I love those kinds of movies. They're so awful, but I love them.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love
Yeah,
those
I
types
have a
of
bunch
movies.
of. Yeah, I have a bunch of Garbage Pail Kids myself.
Yeah, I still got a bunch of the cards from when I was a kid.
I don't think I even had any cards. I just knew about Garbage Pail Kids because everybody talked about it, but I had the movie.
The movies. Those weird, like not animated, like Uncanny Valley weird.
Puppetry,
Yeah.
animatronics.
We don't get stuff like that anymore, man.
No, it's sad.
No, barely do they ever like actually do that. I think the only movie recently from like a few years back was the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, where they were mixing practical and, you know, CGI.
Yeah,
So,
They-
fun fact, real quick. You see Michael Covert 2 in the chat,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
the guy that sculpted these.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how
Thanks
much,
for joining the chat.
but yeah, he and our buddy Bishop are the ones that all work those out. So he's the behind that.
Very
Nice.
nice. I guess in the Dark Knight.
I know
is a
I
great
wouldn't mind
film.
having a custom mask made for me,
Right?
but I can't afford shit like that.
We went. I went up to their little compound and we did like death masks of me. So I
Oh, nice.
had my actual face just as a mask.
Nice.
Mask.
Yeah.
Just fun stuff, man.
Nice.
Cool.
So with your Joey Jordison masks, are they custom made for you, or do you do them yourself?
I do the Joeys myself because I haven't found anyone in the hobby that does them as accurate as I do.
Okay.
There are people they're definitely like on my level at this point, but there for a while, like I was the Joey guy that people would send theirs in for me, and those were the good days, man. Like, just fun. They were every one that I did got a little bit better, and I was like a little happier with them. So
Nice.
yeah,
That's awesome.
but some of the
I
later
mean,
movies, his All Hope Is Gone, where it's actually like a sculpted mask. Like I don't mess with like vacuum form stuff, so I get those from other artists, but. Mate Feed Kill Repeat through Iowa. Like I'm all over those.
Funny how Mate Feed Kill Repeat was some of the songs that became on the self-titled album too.
Yep. And Iowa.
Like-
Still using
Oh
it.
yes, that's right, and Iowa, because I think Gently was part of it, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And then was it Scissors?
That was on self-titled.
But wasn't it also on Mate Feed?
Yeah, they all I mean even Sick was just a song called Slipknot.
Oh, that's right. And then they named their
Yeah.
band after the song. Yeah, that's right. That's funny because my band that I was with, that's how our name came to be. We had a song that we called Make a Scene. And I noticed every time we said it, I was like, well, that sounds pretty cool as a band name. And I'm thinking it. And then his little sister comes up and says, hey, maybe you guys should name your band after that song because it's a really cool name. And I told him, I was like, oh, dude, you know what? I agree because I was thinking the same, thing. Because our band name at the time was called Mud Shovel.
Oh yes. Stained, bud.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, dude, I don't want to name our band after someone else's song name, basically.
Yeah.
And even though bands have done it, like Godsmack is one of them. But we took our own song name and turned it into a band name, and that's how we did that.
When I was in high school, my band, we did the encyclopedia game, and we just folded pages and closed our eyes and put our finger on a word, and that's why our band was named Cyst.
Wow.
So there you go, little history for you.
Like I actually love that.
It fit at the time. When we started to get a little more mellower, it really didn't fit at all.
Yeah.
But
Funny.
Do you play with a band?
No, I've tried to do bands, but no one really gets it. I think that I was supposed to just be a one-man show in one way or another.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
that
pulling
makes sense.
to try to get people to see like the visions that you see, I guess. So I was not meant to be a team player.
Hey, you got a good, following and stuff. I mean, you got I think it's over 100,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, we hit 129,000 yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah,
So you're on your way to the 200,000 mark.
getting there. We'll see.
Let's give them a subscribe, people, if you haven't yet. The House of Masks.
Yes, most definitely.
Go give him a sub right frickin' now. More comments. What does that say?
Look
Look
how
up how corn got the
I used to
name.
know that fact. But I
Oh.
don't remember what it is now. What I used
It
to
was
know that
literally
story.
just, I know the story. It's basically Jonathan talks about how everybody was just kind of pondering what to call their name, and someone just kind of said, "What about corn?" And everybody just kind of went, "Fuck yeah!"
I figured
And
he's
that
eating
was the
corn and
bird.
took a corn shit, and that's what,
Oh yeah, look at there.
Or one of them had a corn on their toe.
that's
and
that,
then
that's
said
more
it.
that's more mean.
that's a boring.
We're coming up on 2 hours. You guys
really
want to
is.
do the giveaway here? soon?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I guess we better should because we got a lot of people on this wheel, don't we? How many? What's the final tally now?
Got 17 so far.
17 people. All right. Well, for those that have never been here for one of these, we do an elimination wheel. So everybody's name's put on this wheel. John's going to spin it. If your name pops up, that's not a good thing. That means you're gone. that means you're out, and we're all rooting for the. No,
That means
at least,
bye, Felicia.
I mean, we're all really here just to experience, hopefully within the first 5, Jill getting kicked out. So
Yes.
as long as it's not down to Jill, then this is going to be great.
Jill had to say something.
But and again, everybody's going after this copyright here. Children of the Corn 4K from Arrow Video. And I guess we can start spinning the wheel, see what happens.
Yeah, I think John's getting it ready.
Don't be Jill.
There we go.
All right. So spinner, and let's see who's out first.
Spinaroo.
Here we go.
I was about to say that's one really slow.
Come on, Jill. Come on, Jill. Come on, Jill. Come on, Jill. Oh, who's out?
Logan.
Logan's
Sorry,
out.
Logan.
Sorry, Logan. Thanks for playing. It's been real. Come on, Jill. Come on, Jill. Come on, Jill. I don't want to spend $25 on shipping to Jill. Oh, so close to Jill. Oh,
Rogue Agent Music.
Rogue Agent Music. Oh, so close. All right. We were one away from Jill. Come on now.
No, Jill.
No, Jill. Come on. Oh, Jesus. That's close. Which one is that? I need my screen to be bigger.
Mike 215.
I need to make
Oh,
bigger.
sorry, Mike.
Read these. Here we go. Okay. I've made my screen bigger so I can see what's actually happening now. Oh, no. Eljo?
Michael
no.
Colbert.
Oh. Listen, John, I need you to figure out how to stop this on Jill. Okay, this is getting really scary. Figure out. I don't know.
Raul Hernandez.
Oh, you're in charge. You're in charge of this whole thing. Or I'm going to need you to send me $25. One of the two.
I know.
Just help a guy out. Wait. Which one did that land on? I forgot what his name stands for.
Never
mind your opinion.
There it is.
Yeah.
Never mind your opinion.
Sorry.
Oh, come on, Jill.
Jill, the power of the wheel. Who is that?
Michael Corbett.
Oh, bye,
All right.
Michael.
Too bad we don't have any music to play in the background.
We really should. Of course, we might get slapped with some sort of copyright or some shit. Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
No.
Jill. Bye, Jill. I'm so sorry.
Bye, Jill.
I love you so much. Listen, move to America, okay? Then you can be in more things. All right, that's all I'm saying.
It wasn't meant to be, Jill.
It's
wasn't.
nothing personal. I love Canadian people. I just
Blame
can't
Canada.
afford to ship to them. Is that Josh? Josh is out. Bye, Josh.
Sorry, man.
This has got to be the longest Wheel of Death we've ever done.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe we should make a cap 20. If we ever hit 20, it's just this first spin's the winner. Oh, Eljo 3000?
Well, sorry for your loss.
Sorry for your loss.
Who's next?
Oh, let's see if we can get some sort of...
I'm in the middle band. It sucks.
Oh,
man. I was kind of rooting for him, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for, I think I'm going to root for Yep. Just because I like that name.
I thought we were going with Kane.
Oh, yeah. Whoops.
Peyton Patron FX, you're out.
Is he even on there?
Yeah, he's on there.
Okay. Oh, who's that?
It's like
I can't tell.
Led Zeppelin
Oh,
fan.
Led Zeppelin fan.
Oh,
It's a sad day.
it's the saddest day in the neighborhood.
Oh, dadgummit. Yep.
Yep.
Shit. All right,
Who
we're
is
to the
that?
bottom
Oh, yeah.
three. We're to the bottom
Last
three.
three.
Here we
Yep.
go. Bottom three.
Go.
Oh no.
Dang it.
Kane's gone.
Oh, Kane's gone. Son of a.
Damn it.
Sorry.
It's gotta
What's our
Down to
final
the
two?
final two.
Hank
It's
and
Mars and S Mars.
S Mars. All right, here we go. One of y'all going to be the
All right.
winner. Here we go. Right here. And it's not going to be you.
Oh.
Oh, so it's Hank. Hank's the winner.
Hank, you won.
Hank. Congratulations.
yeah.
Hope
job.
he's still
Hank,
on here.
Congrats.
Hank, you can reach out to me, Stills Raising 4Ks over on Instagram. Just DM me and we'll get hooked up and I'll get your information and we'll
You can
get
DM
this.
any one of us just in
You can
case
DM
you need to
any
get a
of
hold
us.
of them.
But I'm the one holding it, so hey, take
Yes.
that. So yeah, good job, Hank. Congratulations, Hank. Very nice, very nice, very nice.
Awesome.
Well, this was fun,
Nice.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yes,
Had a
he
good
was
time.
still in there. Good.
Very
Do you?
nice.
I was going to say Hank is still in the chat, so that's
Okay,
good.
cool.
So just-
Congratulations, Hank.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Congrats,
reach out to me
Hank.
over on Instagram or any of us, but they're just
Yeah.
going to pass your information off to me. But AJ, thank you so much, man. This has been awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for being, free,
Thank you.
at least, able to join us and stuff. And let the people know where they can find you, stuff like that. And we can also leave links down below.
Yeah, literally everything at the House of Masks. I've got Instagram and YouTube are my two big ones, but I have a Facebook. I even technically have TikTok, as unfortunate that is. No Twitter, but yeah, Instagram.
No Twitter. Okay.
Very
All
nice.
right.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. And of course, you can always find me, Charlie at Raging Entertainment, John with Low IQ Media, and Jody with
Yes.
Stills Raising 4Ks. And you guys have a good
Yes.
night. See you on the next episode.
Thank you all.
Yeah,
Good
See you
night.
guys later.
Later.
See ya.
See ya.